It's all about the crowd.
Joey!
Hey!
Joey Sipoli.
Going down.
Hey Bill, where are we going?
Punch pizza. Punch the pizza,
Dollar bill, y'all. I don't know. Day 2 at Big Tens, day 2 of training. We got here yesterday. We had a lot of morning training this morning. Isn't that right, William?
That's correct.
Yes, we had a lot of training. Here are all the dives from training this morning. Good morning, world. It's competition day. We got 1 meter, but we have practice before we start the actual prelim, so let's go! Remember how in the last video I said I was going to be filming every day at Big Tens? That didn't come true, so since I made the mistake of telling you guys I was going to film every day at Big Tens and I didn't film every day at Big Tens, let's do a little recap because some things did happen that are good, that I want you guys to know about and that I want to share with this world. But just be warned, the last day at Big Tens, the day of platform, I woke up with a really bad cold and it was kind of okay that day, but then yesterday it got pretty bad and today it's even worse. So if I sound like I'm dying, it's because I'm sick. So what'd you guys miss at Big Tens that I didn't film? You missed this. I got a bronze medal and I got a gold medal. I got the bronze medal in the 1 meter springboard event on the first day. It was pretty good. It was a good event. Had a really good list, had a really good score. I was really excited about it. Bronze was all I could really ask for because the 2 people that beat me dove absolutely insane. They are so, so good. So I'm really, really happy with the bronze medal, seeing as last year I got 4th place in that event. And so being able to walk away with a medal this year in that event is really, really exciting for me. So bronze medal, day 1. And then day 2 of competition happened and I got a gold medal. I got a gold medal on the 3 meter springboard event. And that's really exciting for me because I've been diving now for about 4 weeks. As you know, I took 12 weeks off. I wasn't even walking for 10 of those weeks, and 2 of those weeks were doing rehab, getting myself back into being able to just jump. So after 4 weeks of training, we were able to go into the Big Ten Championships and I was able to walk away with the gold medal in the event I was really, really focused on for this season. Last year at Big Tens, I didn't dive super well and I switched my last dive on the board from a front 3.5 pike to a dive that's much harder called a front 4.5 tuck. And I switched it on the board and ended up getting straight 10s on that last dive last year to secure a bronze medal. Last year on 3 meter I got bronze by getting straight 10s on my hardest dive in the final round because I was just not diving well up until that point. Getting a bronze was exciting, but this year getting gold obviously is more exciting. 1, because I've been diving for 4 weeks. 2, because I'm really starting to put a heavier emphasis and focus on 3 meter. This is what I want to be doing in the future. And so being able to compete at such a high level so early on is really encouraging for me. It's exciting, but there's still a lot of things I need to go back and work on. And 3, it was really exciting because I put a dive in my list called a reverse 3.5 tuck. I put it 3rd in the order in my list. So a diver has 6 dives in their list, and typically most divers put their worst dive 3rd so that you have 2 good dives leading up to that, and if you miss your dive, you have 3 more dives to come back from it. I did that with this list. I was doing the reverse 3.5 because I've never done it well in a contest over the past 2 years that I've been doing it. And in the final, I ended up getting straight 10s on that dive. So before I talk anymore, here is the full list I did in that 3-meter final competition. With that list, I ended up going 540 points, which broke the school record, which is exciting because now I have the school record on 1 meter, which I broke last year, and now I have the school record on 3 meter, which I broke this year. And so at Big Tens, we walked away with a bronze and a gold medal. And then platform happened, and last year I won gold on platform. This year I got 9th place on platform. Steele, what happened? Like I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to move on to 3-meter springboard as kind of my main event, my full focus event, and this meet kind of showed that a lot. This meet, I just competed on 5 meters, so with platform diving in college, you can dive on the 5 meter, the 7 meter, and the 10 meter. Last year, I dove on the 10 meter. This year, I'm diving on the 5 meter. 1, because it's a lot less stress on my foot. 2, it's a lot less stress on the rest of my body. 3, it takes a lot more energy to dive off 10 meter, and it takes a lot more just physical health to do that. And competing 1 meter, 3 meter, and then 10 meter on the last day, boom, 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 3 days in a row, is a lot on the body. And if we're trying to continue to get back into diving after 4 weeks, continue to stay healthy, and be prepared for NCAAs, it just didn't make sense to dive 10 meter at this meet. It made sense to stay down on 5 meter. And so that's what we did. And in the prelim, I dove probably the worst I'd ever dove in my entire life. Even though I was doing 5 meter, if I dove well, I probably still could have made the final, but I just really had a rough morning. And you know what, that happens. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. That's the sport of diving. That's the sport of every sport. You're never going to win every single event always. And so in those moments where the night before that tower event, I won a gold medal, and then the next day I didn't even make the final. You can either be upset in those moments, or you can just kind of sit back and learn from that experience, learn, all right, I didn't dive well, so I didn't make the final, and you know what, that's okay. Or if I would have done 10 meter, maybe I would have had a higher chance of making the final. But there's a lot of buts, there's a lot of questions afterwards, but you can either be frustrated by it, or you can take a step back, look at it, learn from it, and go into the next meet knowing more, knowing how to be more prepared for the next event. So that's what I'm doing. We have NCAAs in about 4 weeks, so we have zones in 2 weeks. I'm just doing what I can now to be prepared for that. And for me to be prepared now for that event is by just not being sick, by being healthy and having 2 good weeks of training. So I have today off, which is good because I'm sick, makes life a lot easier. But starting tomorrow, back into training, back into figuring out, all right, how do we improve upon everything we did at Big Tens? But yes, my 3rd Big Ten championships is over. I'm a junior this year, so I still have a whole nother year. So next year, we get to do all this again, which is really, really exciting. 3 years of Big Ten championships done. I have 3 silver medals, 2 bronze medals, and 2 gold medals. Hopefully next year we can add to that. So next, NCAA Zones in 2 weeks in Ohio, and then we go back to Minnesota 2 weeks later for NCAAs. That's gonna be the fun one. So again, my apologies for not filming, but you know, it just gets so busy. There's so much going on. There's so much I gotta focus on, and I'm still doing school at the same time. I have a midterm exam tomorrow. Man, so much happening. Vlogs are still happening. Last week I just needed the week to focus on training and focus on school. And now I'm back home for 2 weeks, so that's fun. So there's gonna be a lot more videos coming. All right, I'm gonna go try to not be sick anymore.